machine, laughing like a seagull. You are fever, you are fever, you ain't born typical.
Hi! So I'm going to teach you guys a couple makeup tricks that I've learned really help with doing my makeup. Tip number 1, how to apply contour powder. Pick your palette. Mine is Smashbox. And you will see a darker color, which is going to be the faux shadow. And then there's the warmer one, which is the bronze, and then you have your highlighter. So first, you need to know where to put your fake shadows. Okay, and the best way to know how is to look for where your cheekbone actually ends. So my cheekbone ends here. So I would go from the top of my ear down. Okay, the top of my cheekbone is here, right here, and the bottom is here. So you take your darker color and you want to try to find a brush like this shape, okay? And then you're going to take your palette. I can open it with one hand. There we go. Take your darker color. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. And you're going to start at the bottom and come right down with it. And you're going to repeat it on the other side. Don't take it down too far, because if you draw it all the way to your mouth, it's going to look like that. Okay? And you really don't want that because it's very unnatural and people will notice way more. So you kind of want to stop midway. For me, I have super round cheeks, so I know when to stop because I just stop before my cheek kind of turns into my mouth. So I'm going to stop here before I hit the curve. And then once you have applied that on both sides, you're going to apply that same color underneath your chin, this whole jawbone, to give the illusion of a more, well, contoured jawline. You want to make it sharper. Maybe you have a little bit of a double chin that you don't want people noticing that much, like me. So, you're going to take this color, and what I do is I start from right underneath my ear and find your bone. So here's my bone, and I'm going to go right underneath to the bottom of it. So right where the bone ends, again, just like your cheekbone, where your cheekbone ends, right where your jawbone ends. And that's where you're going to create that line, right where the shadow actually is, and just go in and make a deeper shadow. And the reason being is because when you blend it, instead of looking like you have a line here or a beard, it's just going to accentuate the shadow that's already there. Okay? Just very lightly brush that on there. Going underneath the ears, I like to do just because I then draw it down, and because I have a very short neck, because I'm a short person, compact, I like to give the illusion that it's a little bit longer, and drawing that extra shadow down, I think, just kind of helps that. So then you're going to take a fluffy brush, like so, and you're just going to blend it all in. And then blend up. Okay, and then you're going to take your warmer color right here, right there. And you're going to apply the bronze on your cheeks, okay? But you're going to start right from where that shadow that you just created, right above that, okay? So right on the bone. You're going to drag it down and across your cheeks just to give it a little warmth. And if you don't use any blush, you can use this as your blush. So just substitute that for blush to give a much warmer, more of a glow. And what I do is after I do that, I follow my hairline just to kind of give the illusion that my forehead is a little bit smaller. You do not want to start this line from like here to here. You don't want to make it a thick line, because if you do, it's just going to make your forehead you know, like off-colored, and it's just really going to throw everything off, and people are going to be like, whoa, she doesn't know how to do her makeup, or he doesn't know how to do his makeup. It's just follow the line. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're just going to follow the line down, and I draw it usually, draw it right into this. Okay, and then your handy dandy fluff brush, work that right into there. And then, if you want more of a glow or more of a dewy look, you're going to take that same thing. I always kind of wipe it off on my wrist so I don't mix my colors too badly. And then you're going to take the lightest shade, which is your highlighter, and you're going to highlight all the high points on your face. This is going to consist of your forehead, okay, the bridge of your nose down very lightly, your cupid's bow, and that's just going to really accentuate your lip shape more, and just draw a really nice finish for your lips, especially if you're wearing a lighter color. If you're wearing a darker color, I would consider doing this with a foundation. Instead of a powder, I would use like a really light concealer to just kind of go around it in my mouth and really make the color pop. Anyhow, so after the cupid's bow, we're going to go with the powder and hit our chin, and then above where your cheekbone is, so right here under your eye, you're just going to sweep that color underneath. And that's really going to make your cheekbones pop and look really out there. Okay, and again, if you wanted to blend that, you can. I don't really like to blend that so much because I think that that should be a little bit thicker on your face than anything else. If you really want that glowy appearance. And that's really all that I do for my contouring routine. So it looks pretty natural. People can't really tell that much. And that's kind of what I like. That's what I go for, is a more natural look. So when people look at my skin, they're like, wow, it's really clear. Like, you look like you're glowing. I love your cheekbones. And then you're like, yeah, I got some nice cheekbones. So instead of creating a whole new cheekbone, I really just like to accentuate the ones that I already have, and that's what I think that most people should do if they're going to attempt the cheekbone, unless you really, really know what you're doing to create a false cheekbone. But it just kind of gives a natural lift to your cheekbones and makes for a really pretty, dewy, glowy look. And that is tip number 1. If you would like to watch any more of my tips, just go to my channel and click on whichever one you want. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up so I know. Okay. If you have any questions, just comment below.